All right, good morning. Happy Friday. So, what's on the agenda today, Mr. McNair? Well, you're getting assigned your second to last assignment, and on Monday you will be given your final assignment, okay? So this assignment shouldn't be too taxing, but let's jump right into it, okay? So, we're going to spend a brief time on the Enlightenment, okay? So you're going, Mr. McNair, what's the Enlightenment? Well, the Enlightenment, it's like kind of the era of the philosopher, if you will, okay? There's going to be all these scientific advancements, scientific revolution, and so forth. And guess what? During this era of enlightenment, these philosophers, they're going to have this focus on this term that you guys are going to learn about called rationalism, okay? So rationalism is going to be really, really big during this time of enlightenment. And rationalism is kind of going to stray far away from all their traditions and values, because back in the day, you had to go and check did things line up with the current theology, the logic, or, does this fall in line with the religion that was being in place? Does this fall in line with what God would say? And then, so all these people who were philosophers, because of this, a lot of them were excommunicated from the church and so forth, and they got a lot of backlash. That's what the people of, early modern science, they had to take on these battles. It's just part of the way it was. So, when we're thinking about these philosophers, I listed about 8 on this Word doc that I shared with you. Word doc is going to give you some brief information regarding these philosophers, along with a couple other details just about the Enlightenment in general. It's not going to be too much in depth, it's just really a brief introduction. But anyways, at the bottom of this document, there is a question. Now this question it has multiple questions embedded within the question. So the first question you have to answer within it is, who was your favorite philosopher? So maybe after observing, what Mr. McNair put on his Word doc. By the way, there's a whole bunch of philosophers I left out. Those are probably the 8 most famous ones though, okay? So, go ahead and choose one. Tell me why. After you get done telling me why, then you're going to tell me their most famous, or it doesn't even have to be their most famous, because that's going to be kind of hard for some of you guys to decipher. But we'll go with most... just put a famous piece of literature that they put on there, okay? That they created, I should say, a famous piece of work. So, then your fourth question. Did they influence American society, more specifically our government, in some form or way? So you'll see some of the philosophers, they had some influence on the Bill of Rights, Declaration of Independence. People come to mind are like John Locke, Adam Smith. He's like the father of capitalism. So you guys will learn about Adam Smith a whole lot more and his 3 economic laws once you guys get into economics, which you'll probably take as a senior. And then you'll probably learn about Adam Smith a little bit more down the road once you get into American history. So a lot of these people you're going to be referring back to, not even if you go down the history route, but if you go and pursue college at a higher education, you're probably going to have to call on these people every once in a while. There's going to be famous pieces of literature that you're going to need to know. Okay? So, with that, I'm going to leave you with Carpe Diem.